Hello everyone, my name is Amit Bhatt. Welcome to ablabs.com. In this video, we are set up the enterprise network. So it's based on the real enterprise network scenario. So we have two different offices, head office and the branch office. We have to set up both. And first we start with the head office, and we have uh, divided into the five different phases to establish set up this enterprise whole enterprise network. So first of all, we start the phase 1 with the base configuration of devices. So first of all, we start with switch 1 to start with the base configuration. So let's begin. Now we have to start to do the configuration, and we have to configure the first host name. We have to go first enable, then configure T. Now we have to set the host name according to documentation ABLABS-HO, and the switch name XXX means switch name. It is switch 1, so we tell switch 1. And after giving the host name, we have to set the passwords aux, console, VTY, and enable. So first we start the aux to set the password Cisco aux0 and set the password Cisco and login. Logging is mandatory because if we do not give the login, so that it will not. And after that we take and line set the password to VTY, line VTY 0 to 4, and set the password Cisco. And now we have to log in, and also we set transport input both SSH as well as Telnet. We have to set all, and after that we can go exit here. Now we set the password line console 0, set the password as per documentation Cisco, and now we have login here as well. Now we have to here in console port we have 3 hours console port timeout, so we set exec the command and the timeout, and it is based on the minutes, so we have to set 180 minutes means it's a 3 hours. So we have one more in console synchronization login on the console port, so the command is login sync. Nice. And now we have to set the enable password Cisco. We exit here now, enable secret Cisco. So after that we have to set all the passwords, and now the fifth task is to encrypt your passwords. We have to encrypt all the passwords. The command is service password encrypt. So encryption and hit enter. And now we have the 6 tasks to set the banner, login banner. We have to command banner mutd, and we have the $sign. After the $sign, it will exit and come to the console global configuration mode. So now we have to set the banner here. We have some stars and welcome to ablabs.com. switch 1, hit enter, some stars more, and now we have to send the $sign and exit from here to come to a global configuration mode. Hit that. So now we have to complete the 6 tasks login banner. Now we have a Telnet and SSH enable. Use this ablabs.com as your domain and admin and Cisco for SSH credentials. So we have to start to set the domain name. First of all, IP domain name ablabs.com. Now we have admin and Cisco for username and password. So it's a SSH credentials. So username, set the username admin, and the password of admin is Cisco. Yeah, it's done. Now we have to enable the SSH. So we have to IP SSH, which version we have to set, version 2. Okay, it's enabled. Now we have to, it says please create the RSA keys to enable SSH. So we start generating the RSA keys. So crypto, the command is crypto key generate RSA. So it asks us how many bits in the modules. So we have some higher version 51024, higher than 512. So it will generate 1024-bit RSA keys. So keys will be no exportable. Okay, then it's done. So SSH 2.5 is enabled. SSH 2.0 has been enabled. So now we go to 8 tasks to complete. HTTP management is want to disable. So no problem. No IP HTTP server. For security purpose, we done this. So we complete the configuration as you see above. First of all, we set the host name according to ABLABS-HO-XX. It means we have to set the according to which switch is this. So this is switch 1, so we set the switch 1, and this is the company's name, AB Labs, and this is in head office. So according to this according to the naming, so we set the host name of switch 1, and we set the password of aux as you see here, line aux 0, and we set the password Cisco and then login. It's important. So now exit from here. Now we go to set the VTY password to enable the Telnet. So line VTY 0 to 4, password is Cisco, and login. We have to input all SSH as well as Telnet. So transport input all. Then we exit from here, and now we set the console password 0 and password 0 and login. And we have in console 3 hours console port timeout. So we have an command x timeout 180. It is in minutes. So when we convert 180 minutes, it will come in 3 hours. So after that, we have to login synchronization on the console port. We complete this task with login synchronize this, and now exit here. So after that, we have to set the enable password. So we set enable secret Cisco, or if you are also, the command is enable password Cisco. Both are same, but in secret the password is encrypted. So that's why we set the enable secret Cisco. So after that, we have to encryption your passwords. We have to encrypt all the passwords which we set from line aux, VTY, console, and we set the service password encryption is the command to encrypt the encryption your passwords. So after that, we have to set the banner mode, and we have to set the banner here, and when somebody access this switch, and they will this banner will reflected on their console, so they will know that this is in switch 1 of ablabs.com. And after that we set the domain name and use the credentials same, set the admin and password Cisco. So after we have to generate the RSA keys for SSH credentials. So we after that we disable the management HTTP. So we have to complete this phase 1. So we have to we also want to do show history. We can go to copy these commands and paste on the other switches, because we have to configure each switch. So we go to switch 2, switch 3, and switch 2 reconnected. We go to notepad and paste all the commands and paste it on the switch 1, switch 2 and switch 3, and as well as router 1 for this base configuration. Now we pasted on this notepad file, Control and V. So here we have to change in switch 2, we have to change the host name, switch 2, and here the banner we have to change here switch 2 as well. According to documentation, we have to copy this and go to switch 2 and paste it here. No HTTP is done. Now we go to switch 3 and go to here, and we change the host name here switch 3 and Control A, Control C. Now we go to here and paste it here. So it's done now as well. Now we go to router 1, reconnected. So now here go to notepad file and edit the notepad file here as well. Router 1, here router 1. Now we do some testing. We have to exit. So we enter. Here you see we set the banner welcome to ablabs.com router 1, and it asks us a password for console. So the password is Cisco, so we Cisco. Now we set the enable password. Now we go to enable. It asks for an enable password, so we set Cisco. Okay, it's great. We have to complete this first phase. Now we go to second phase. First of all, we have to go right to do the configuration on each switch. Do right here. Okay. Do right. Okay. Complete it. Right here. Okay. Building configuration. Okay. Now we go to second to complete the phase 2 to configure the management VLAN IP addresses. So according to this 172.1.71.1, first of all we have to do second task to configure the VLANs on switch 1, switch 2 and switch 3. If VLANs do show not necessary, on the switch it should not be configured. If it is not necessary on switch 2 and switch 3, according to the documentation ABLAB-HO switch 1, we have to configure all VLANs, VLAN 64 to 10. And on switch 2, we have configured only VLAN 64, 66, 69, and 71. And then ABLAB-HO switch 3, we have only configured same VLANs which we have configured on switch 2. And we have to do one thing. We have to go switch 1 and configure all the VLAN configuration. We go to config T and start with doing VLAN configuration. So first of all, VLAN, with the help of this command VLAN 64, we have to set the name. Name is client voice. It's a voice from client, so we have to give the voice, VOICE, voice. The name is voice. So we go to exit. We have to set the name VLAN. Now we have to create a VLAN 66. Set the name data. It's for data VLAN. Okay, we exit here as we have to create VLAN. It's for server. Okay, VLAN, no, VLAN, which VLAN is server? Yeah, 68, and name is server. Okay, and now we exit here as well. VLAN 69 is for public Wi-Fi. Public Wi-Fi, and we exit as well here. VLAN 60, VLAN 70. Sorry, name is private lab. Okay, now we have to exit. VLAN 71 is for management. Name we have to give here is the management. Okay, we have exit. We have VLAN 10 for DMZ, for internet. VLAN 10 name is DMZ. Okay, now we configure all the VLANs. I will show you show do history. Show history. Now we start doing this copy and paste it on the notepad file, so it will help me to do in configuration in switch 2 switch 3 quickly. So we copy all the VLANs and paste it on the notepad, another notepad file. Control V. First of all, we minimize this. First of all, I will show VLAN brief. Here you see we have VLAN 10, 64, 66, 68, 69, 70, and 71. According to their names, they are configured in switch 1. All the VLANs are configured. Now we go to switch 2 and configure these VLANs. So we have the only 64, 66, 69, and 71 want to configure. So first of all, 66, yes it is. 64, first of all we have 60 VLAN 64 and name is voice, VOIC voice. Okay, now here we have to exit. So after that VLAN 66 and name is data 66, 64, 66, and here we have to delete this 69, okay, and 71, and also we do not require this DMZ as well. So we have 4 different VLANs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Want to configure on switch 1, switch 2 and switch 3. We have to copy this and go to switch 2 and paste it here. So we go to switch 3 and paste it here as well, because they have same VLANs configuration, 4 VLANs 64 to 71. So that's it. So we have to cross check these configurations. Show VLAN brief. As you see here, 64 voice VLAN is configured, 66 data VLAN is configured, 69 public Wi-Fi is configured, and 71 management VLAN is configured. So then the second task is completed. Now we come to first task to configure the management IPs of VLAN 71 from switch 1, switch 2, switch 3. So we go to switch 1 and configure the VLAN of 71. Go to switch 1 and go to interface VLAN 71. This is our management VLAN. So we go to VLAN 1, and in switch 1 we have an IP address set to management VLAN 172, IP address 172.1.71.1, and then IP address is subnet mask is 255.255.0, and exit no shut here. Now we exit from here. Now we go to switch 2 to configure the IP address. So as you see here, VLAN is up now. After we fire a command no shut, we go to switch 2 and interface VLAN 71 and set the IP address of this IP address 172.1.71.1 and 255.255.255.0 and no shut and after that we exit here, and here as you see it's up now again, and we go to switch 3 to configure the management VLAN interface VLAN 71 and IP address 172.1.71.3 and the subnet mask is 255.255.0 and no shut. So it's also up. So we have to complete these two tasks, configure the management IP addresses on all the switches, means all the 3 switches, and we configure the VLANs according to the table. And after that we go complete this phase 2. Now we start phase 3 configuration. So in phase 3 we have to configure ether channel connection between switch 1 and switch 2. We have to establish the ether channel between switch 1 and switch 2 and switch 1 and switch 3. So we have to bundle these 2 interfaces into a single interface, creating an ether channel. So we have some condition here. So we have the ether channel should be hard coded as on and does not use any LSCP or PAGP protocol for negotiation. So we start with the phase 3 configuration to bundle these interfaces with Ethernet 0/2/3 or 1/0 to 1/1. We go to switch 1 to do the configuration. So first of all, we take an interface range Ethernet 0/ what the interface is 0/2 and 0/3. Okay, range 0/2 0/2 to 3. Oh, first of all, we want to shut these port down before configuring the ether channel because of spanning tree. loop can happen. So we shut this port down. First we go to configure the channel group. First of all we have to set the layer 2 ether channel. So we have to create switch port trunk encapsulation .1 queue. I have something more here and enter, and switch port trunk mode trunk. And now we have to create channel group 1, and it says us do not use any protocol LACP and PEGP, only we have to on this mode on. This creating a port channel interface and port channel 1. So we have to exit here. Now we have to go to another to create a switch 1 and switch 3 interface range Ethernet 0/. First of all I will show you which we have to now bundle. Ethernet 1/0 to 1/1, 1/0, 1/0 to 1. So first of all, switch port trunk encapsulation .1 queue, switch port mode trunk, and we have to create a channel group 2 for this mode on. Now the port channel interface port channel 2 is creating, and we have to go exit here. Now we have to shut down as well. Right now, first of all, we have to go to switch 2 and do the same. First of all, interface range. What is the switch 2's interfaces? Ethernet 0/0 to 0/1, as well as here 0/0 to 0/1. We go to switch 2 and interface range Ethernet 0/0 to 1. No shet. First of all, switch port trunk encapsulation .1 queue, switch port mode trunk, and now creating the channel group 1 mode is on. Now we do here to shut this here, because now the channel group has creating. Now we go to, now you see here Ethernet 0/0 and 0/1 both is up, and interface port channel 1 is changed to up. Now we do go here interface range Ethernet 0/2 to 3. No shet. Now we go to switch 3 interface range Ethernet 0/0 to 1 and shet. First of all, now we go to switch port trunk encapsulation .1 queue, switch port mode trunk, and here we have to create channel group 2 mode on, and no shet. Now we go to switch 1 and fire the command no shet on the interfaces connected with switch 3 as well. Interface range Ethernet 0/ what is the interfaces are 1/0 and 1/1, 1/0 to 1. No shet. Now it's done. Now as you see, port channel is up here. Right now port channel 2 is up as well. So let me show ether channel, show ether channel summary with the command ether channel. Here you see first port channel 1 is switch port up, and it is Ethernet 2 0/2 is up, and it's 0/3 is up. P means it is bundled in port channel, it means it's good. And if you see here P, and if you see your SU, it means it is an a switch port. Here it is in layer 2 ether channel. We have to create it. It's a layer 2 ether channel. That's why it shows us S is layer 2 and U is in used. So it's done, and we can go. So we configure the ether channel in phase 1. One is completed. Now we go to second task, configure the link between the switch to a forward traffic for all necessary VLANs. If VLAN does switch, the trunk should not forward traffic for it. Okay, let's that we have only VLANs which we configured in phase 2, 64, 66, 69 and 71 in switch 2 and switch 3 as well. So in switch 1, only these VLANs can allowed in traffic from the trunking ports. So as we created right now in phase 3. So we go to interface range. First of all, I will show interface trunk. So as you see, all VLANs are allowed in the PO1 and PO2. In PO, we have to set these, going to configuration, interface port channel, interface port channel 1, and we have to set switch port trunk allowed VLANs 64, 66, 69 and 71. Now I will show interface trunk. So now you see here port 1 has only 64, 66, 69 and 71 are allowed. So we have to set the port channel 2 as well, which is connected to switch 1, switch 3. So we go to interface port channel 2. Now we set switch port trunk VLAN allowed VLAN on 64, 66, 69 and 71. So we could do show interface trunk. Now you see here only 64, 66, 69 and 71 are allowed on both the two different links connected with switch 2 and switch 3. So as you see here as well, if we go to switch port interface trunk, now you see here 64, 66, 69 and 71 are allowed, and here in spanning tree forward state and not pruned is 64, 66, 69 and 71 are allowed. Now we create a routed interface on ABLABS-HO switch 1 for each of the VLANs. This interface should be assigned the first IP address from each of the VLAN subnets listed in the following table. So we have these four VLANs, IPs, subnets, and networks, and we have to configure for routing purpose. So it also means inter VLAN routing, so that layer switch 1 acts as a layer 3 switch. So it asks us to create and first IP address from each VLAN subnet listed in the following table. So we and note this 172.1.254.0/30 subnet should configure as a routed interface of Ethernet 0/1. So we start with the configuration on switch 1. So in phase 3 it's the third task. So we configure the interface. First of all, we go to notepad file and interface. First of all, interface VLAN 64, and the IP address of this is 172.1.64.1, and the subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and here we have to no shit. And we can do one thing. We can copy this and go to here, paste it here. Now we have to 66, edit the 66, and here we have 66. That's it. Control V, then we have to 66 and then 68, and here 68. Now we go to Control V, and it is for 70, 68, 69, and here you see 69, and Control V, this is for 70, and here it says with 70. So for management IP for VLAN 71 is also earlier configured. So we have to go here and copy these VLANs and paste it here. No shit. So all the VLANs are configured according to this table. So last we have to configure the routing 172.1.254.0/30 subnet should be configured as a routing interface on Ethernet 0/1. So we go to interface Ethernet 0/1, and the command is no switch port for configuring to create this layer 2 interface to layer 3 interfaces. So acting as a layer 3 interface. So we have to set the IP address directly in the interface 172.1.254.2, and the subnet first of 1.1 255.255.255.252 is the subnet mask for /30. Hit enter, no shit as well. So we go to exit. Now we configure show IP interface brief. If we do show IP interface brief, so here VLANs are configured. VLAN 64, 68, 69, 70, and 71. So it's VLAN 68 is down because we do not have the interfaces set on these 68 and 70, and rest of all is up. So now we configure this, and we have to configure ABLABS-HO switch 1 as a root for spanning tree network of for all VLANs, enable all interfaces not being used for the switch port uplink for port fast. So we start this. Spanning tree VLAN 64 root. We have to set the primary in spanning tree VLAN 66 root primary, spanning tree VLAN 68. We have to set the priority as well, to set priority 0, so that it will also set the become a root of that VLAN 68. So we have to go VLAN 68, 69, 69, yes, as well, 70 as well, 70 as well, and 71 as well. Now we show spanning tree VLANs. For example, 68, I will show you 68. Oh, first off, 68 is not up right now. 64, I will show you right now. 64. This bridge is the root. As you see here, the priority is set to 24640. We have to set the command priority so that it will primary, so that it will by default the primary, it will automatically set the priority 24640, and the bridge ID is the 2464, that is the priority of root. And here you can see here, this is the address of bridge ID, is an address of an root ID, as you see here 2000 and 2000. So it is designated forward because the roots have always designated forward of all the switch ports. So it's done now here, and as you see here, I will show you priority 0. I will set here on 71. If we do show spanning tree, spanning tree VLAN 71. So here, as you see here, priority is 71. The bridge, this bridge is root. So I set the priority 71. I set the priority 0. Why it is here 71? I will explain you why it is 71 here. Because it will, the priority is it is an plus sysid. Sysid means it is using the VLAN ID plus this priority. So it will come 0 plus 71. It will come 71, as you see here. So that's it. So we have to configure this the root of the spanning tree network for all VLANs. Now we go to configure the server and PC with the following configuration. So we start the server configuration. So we go to server to start this Windows server. So Win server is started. So here I can get notification. So now we have opened this here. So we have this IP address and gateway want to set here for server. PC1 is here and PC2 is here. So we have, first of all, we start the server. Now we go to take a VNC of this Win server is 32769. 32769 is, yeah, here it is. Double click here. Now we connect it. So it is booting. Windows server is booting now. So we wait for a while so that after it boots up, and we have to configure this NIC's network interface card with an IP address 172.168.50. After that, we configure the IP addresses of server. Configure the server. After that, we're testing these settings. Here the server is up now. Now we go to here, Control Alt Delete, and now we now it start preparing your desktop. It's the first time to boot it up, so it's take a couple of minutes. So it's up now. Now we set the IP address according to this documentation. Go to PC1 and set an IP address 172.166.50. Start and start. This is the Linux PC and this is the Windows PC. So this is an 32774. 32774 is, yes, this is, continue. Here we set an in meanwhile we have to set an server's VLAN is 68, and we have to set an IP, set these interfaces as an access port. We have to set an enable all interfaces not being used for switch uplink for port hosts as well, and we have to go to switch 1, and in the meanwhile we have to configure interface of this interface. We have in configuration mode as already, so that's why it is interface Ethernet. What is the Ethernet? It's an 0/0 0/0/0 and IP switch port mode access and switch port spanning tree port fast. And after that we have to set and switch port access VLAN. VLAN, it's in server VLAN is 68. Okay, yeah, it is server VLAN is 68. Okay, now you will see here an interface VLAN 68 is now up. So in switch 2 we do the same. Interface interface Ethernet 0/2, interface Ethernet 0/2, switch port mode access and spanning tree port fast, and switch port access VLAN. This is in 66 VLAN 66, it's a data VLAN. And in PC2 we set as well. In switch 3 we have in VLAN 0/2, exit here, interface VLAN, interface Ethernet 0/2, switch port mode access, and switch port spanning tree port fast. And after that we have to set in switch port access which VLAN 66. So as you see, to show VLAN brief, you see here now 66 data VLAN Ethernet 0/0 is now in data VLAN 66 in switch 3, switch 2, and switch 1 in server VLAN 68, which is in server. Okay, this server is in 68 VLAN. These these machines are in Windows machine, and Linux machine are in VLAN. Oh, here it is 0/3. I forgot to take, and switch 3 interface Ethernet 0/3 spanning switch port mode access and switch port spanning tree port fast. And also we have to do switch port access VLAN 66. Okay, do show VLAN brief. You will see here now switch Ethernet 0/3s are now in VLAN 66, which is in data VLAN. So after configuring the switching according to their VLAN configuration, so where is the documentation? Here is the documentation now. Here our Windows server, Windows machine XP is now Windows now boot up, and we have to configure according to the bit mode. We have to go here, set an IP address according to PC1 172.1.66.50. Subnet mask is 24-bit, and gateway is 172.1.66.1, and we go to DNS 8.8.8.8. Okay, it's good. Now we have OK here. Now 1.0 gig is connected. Now we go to the PC3. It's in 32776, 32776, 32776, 32776, edit properties, 32776. Okay, connected. First of all, we go to this Windows machine. So we have to go to command prompt. Something big. So we have to trace route the. We have first cd dot. The server's IP is 68 as per the documentation here, 68, and here we have 68. Okay, now it's fine here. And now it's fine here. Now it, now we go to here to ping the gateway. Yeah, it's working fine now. So our server is now in. Now we go for testing. We go to PC1 to PC1, both be able to ping and restore the server. So PC1 ping the server. Now it is able to ping to the server, and we have to add one more host for this virtual PC for testing purpose. We have to connect this PC into this. We have now we open this VPC. So IP set an IP address for this. Set the IP address of PC2 IP 172.1.66.51 and set an IP /24 and the gateway 172.1.66.1. It will checking for duplicate address. Yeah, IP address is set and gateway is set. Show IP here 172.166.51. Now we start doing testing from PC2 as well. We have to do the ping for ping. PC1 should able to ping PC2. Let's first we ping PC1 172.1.66.50 is the IP address of PC1. Here you see the reply is coming, so that's good. And now we have to ping to the server. Now ping 172.1.68.50. Here you see 68.50. Here we are able to ping the server from PC2 as well. So the show spanning tree output should reveal that ABLAB-H1 switch 1 is the root bridge. So, and we go to switch 1, and here I tell you the command show spanning tree, show spanning tree, show spanning tree. Here you see that this bridge is the root for VLAN 64, 66, 68 as well, 69 as well, 71 as well. Then this bridge is ABLAB-HO switch 1 is the root bridge for the spanning tree. So you should able to telnet and SSH to each switch PCs or server using the management interface IP. We have to telnet and SSH to each switch. So we can start with telnetting. We go to Windows PCs and we have go to telnet. You go to here on switch 1. First we telnet the switch 2 172.1.66.71.2. Yeah, it's okay. It tells us username is admin. Fine. Password is Cisco. Here you see we are in switch 2. Enable disconnect, exit. Now we come back to switch 1 and we go to telnet the switch 2, switch 3 now, switch 3 now. Now okay, admin and cisco. Now the command is cisco again, who. Here you see that the your location is 172.1.71.1 is the switch 1's IP address of management. So it's accessing telnet switch 3. So we exit here as well. So we in management VLANs we can access the switch 2, switch 3 telnet, the switch 1, switch 2, switch 2, switch 3, and we are able to telnet and SSH. If we SSH, you have to set L and the user is admin and the 172.1.671 dot accessing SSH to switch 2 and hold a breath. Yeah, it's coming. Cisco password. Here you see we are SSH as well and we are successfully exit. Now we do complete the phase 3 as well. We do PC1 should able to ping PC2. Yes, it is right. So PC perform the PC1 and PC2 should both be able to ping and trace the server. Yes, it is right. We have done successfully the 2 tests. We have shown spanning tree output should reveal that AB labs switch 1 is the root bridge. Yes, it is right. And last we should able to telnet and SSH to each switch using management interface IP. We are in my next video you will see we have to configure this phase 4 and phase 5. This video is informative for you. I like to thank you for viewing and we will see you on next video to configuring the phase 4 and phase 5.